Hello there. If you're watching this video, could you please forward it to any teacher that you know, particularly those that are teaching middle school or high school students? Hi, I'm Danny Weiss, and I have been teaching high school math for 29 years, and I'm currently in Waldorf, Maryland. And I'm here because I want to help you with your classroom discipline. In fact, in the description of the video, you can click on my guide for classroom discipline, which I call All the Answers. And you can also use the email address that's there to email me any questions you may have, or you can text me using my cell number. So welcome to part 11. Is it worth the fight and frustration? Well, there are some fights that I'm willing to fight, but there are many issues that I simply refuse to lose sleep over. I'm going to fight the tardy to class fight every single day. The reason being that some buildings have major problems with students wandering the hallways, especially after the tardy bell rings. Clearly, there are many teachers that allow students to come to class late without any repercussions. Thus, there's a hallway problem. I will never contribute to the hallway problem. My students will never be part of the hallway problem, period. So my students must be on time to class. So should yours. Okay? And this is why I only allow 4 minutes to use the restroom, because in many buildings there are teachers who give a restroom pass and they never see the student for the rest of the period. Well, that's part of the hallway problem. All right, and students will wander aimlessly throughout the hallways, always consistently, with a pass in their hands. Okay, and they're just wandering the hallways, and this happens all the time in a lot of schools. All right, but not in my class. I also consistently write up students who cut my class. You have to write up students who are cutting your class, because otherwise they're in the hallways and they're causing problems, and nobody's going to know that they're cutting your class if you don't write them up. So you have to write up the students that are cutting class. Okay? So if you're not writing them up, you are part of the problem. Frankly, I realized this myself like 5 or 6 years ago, that when I wasn't writing up students that were cutting, I was part of the hallway problem, because I wasn't writing up students that were cutting class and they're just walking the hallways. So write your students up who are cutting class. You have to. All right. So I will tirelessly make sure that there are consequences for cutting my class. As for the fights I'm unwilling to fight, I will not say one word to an aimlessly wandering student that I see during my planning period when I'm in the hallway. I just have no interest in getting cussed out or told that I'm not an administrator. It's not worth the frustration. I'm quite sure that there's a dress code policy in every school building. There's no way that I'm going to say one word to any student who is dressed inappropriately. I'm telling you, you do not want to open that can of worms that will be opened when you say something about the attire of an inappropriately dressed student. This can cause you some serious trouble. And it's just not worth it. And there's no way that you will get into any real trouble for keeping your mouth shut when it comes to inappropriate clothing. Obviously, I don't fight the no food in class policy, if there is one. On this next issue, it's not so much that I don't fight it, but I don't pay attention to students who come to class with backpacks. Well, it just depends on the situation. And you know what? If you want more information on a backpack issue, I will gladly talk to you at length about this. I do address the backpack issue, but I'm not going to do it in this video. There are policies in schools about backpacks, and I don't know. Anyway, again, if you want to ask questions about it, I will address this in much more greater detail. I'm just not going to do that one here. Anyway, I positively need my students to come to class with their laptop or their phone in order to do their online assignments. But I've stopped worrying about them coming to class with... No, that's not true. I need them to also come to class with paper and pencil. So I make sure they have their laptop, charger, paper, and pencil. All right, and that is a fight that I will continuously fight. All right, but there are things like hallways. I just close my door and I take care of what I can take care of. I deal with what I can deal with. And students that I don't know that are in the hallways, I can't, as much as that is part of my problem, I can't make it my problem. So I ask you to seriously consider if each and every fight that you're fighting is really worth it. Will it make a big difference in the grand scheme of things if you were to stop fighting this fight and stress less? If no one really cares about the fight you're fighting, then please stop fighting. It's just not worth it. Hope to see you for part 12.